A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, there's 104 days of summer vacation and school comes along just to end it. So the annual problem for our generation is how to jam that into Star Wars. A quick side note. Shortly after we recorded this, one of my guests took the next step in their journey of identity and took on a new name. I asked if they wanted to re-record anything for this episode, but they said that this disclaimer would be enough. So rest assured, we are not dead naming Nick Castle at any point or misgendering them during this episode. It just happens to be a time capsule of a specific moment. And on that note, this podcast is for entertainment purposes only. The views expressed therein are solely those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views of their employers. Hello there, and welcome back to 6 Degrees of Star Wars, the podcast where we explore all the ways George Lucas's flagship franchise surrounds us, binds us, and penetrates us in the landscape of cinema and television. I'm your host, Sam Marchioni. Joining me today, River Lane.
I am a proud spokesperson for Sith Roast, which I'm also fairly certain is just Death Wish.
Sith Roast!
Decaf!
Callie Castle.
As someone who is from a place similar to Tatooine, Phineas Ferb, you guys good? Blink twice if you need help.
And Gillian Quigley.
Doobie-doobie-dooba.
We are here to talk about the Phineas and Ferb Star Wars episode, a degree 3 for a number of actors. We're gonna run through all of them real quick because we love our voice actors here. Kevin Michael Richardson, Jim Cummings, D. Bradley Baker, Simon Pegg, Ross Marquand, Thomas Brody Sangster, Adam Savage, Jamie Heineman. Thank you for your service.
D. Bradley Baker deserves a Lifetime Achievement Award, Emmy. I will die on this hill. That man has to play like 50 billion characters in both Clone Wars and Bad Batch, and he just talks to him. There are episodes where he just ends up talking to himself for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we can talk about how maybe it would have been better to get a Maori actor for the Clones, but
that ship has sailed, and at this point in time, D. Bradley Baker, Lifetime Achievement Award.
All hail the Mythbusters who proved me right about things that don't matter to this episode.
Wait, what doesn't matter to this episode?
Titanic.
Oh.
It is comforting to know that none of this is canon, because otherwise I'm gonna have a whole lot of questions about Rogue One, namely, why wasn't there a platypus?
No, my truly favorite, and none of this is canon, so don't worry about it, is this is the only time Candace and Phineas's father ever gets mentioned.
Yeah, remind me, what happened to him? I mean, it's a better stepbrother relationship going than the other pair of stepbrothers we know from Tatooine.
Yeah.
That's a low bar, though.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
So this is a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern are dead, Lion King 1.5, Tag and Bink are dead-esque POV
Muppets.
Insertion.
Like, Muppets retelling.
Tom and Jerry grafted into public domain.
Pooh's Adventures.
It's Star Wars, but the Phineas and Ferb characters are there too.
Are Phineas and Ferb Muppets? Discuss.
Yes!
Yes! I thought look, if you turned their faces in the correct direction, it would look wrong, and therefore they are Muppets. If you've seen the TED Talk where they explain why the eyes are crossed on a Muppet, you'll understand my reasoning.
We've never seen Phineas and Ferb get, injured, right? So we know that they wear helmets per a couple of different episodes, but, I don't know if you could yeet Phineas and Ferb the way you yeet a Muppet.
I think if Isabella put her mind to it, she could probably eat Phineas.
Hey, what Phineas and Isabella do on their own time is their own business.
No, for children!
Just built a Yeetinator and all
I think they wear helmets because Disney said we have to encourage the children to wear helmets.
They also wear welding masks.
Phineas and Ferb do a lot of things that the average children should not do.
Aren't you a little young to be building a roller coaster?
Yes! Yes, I am!
Yes,
Okay,
I am.
bye!
Aren't you a little young to be blowing up the Death Star?
Well, technically they didn't. They blew up a Sithinator.
It's a really cool machine.
It is.
It's a giant walnut cracking machine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That implies that Doof and Krennic have met, and that is infinitely funny.
I will say I am relieved that to this point I have not discovered a self-destruct button on our 6 Degrees of Star Wars Checkerinator, but now I'm worried.
I'll go find it, Sam. Hang on.
I believe the self-destruct button would be either Google Docs deciding that it is subversive material and or IMDb going down.
Okay, so I have to put my faith in either Google or Amazon is what you're saying.
Yep.
We're doomed! So one of the funniest things to me that I've learned about this is a couple of years ago, Dan Povenmire got on TikTok and explained that when he was pitching this, they actually hadn't finished the story yet and there were still some plot holes. And so then he had to improvise and he solved it. So he had to run and quickly write it down. I'm like, amazing. That is so cool.
Phineas and Ferb is definitely a show where you could tell me that like halfway through a pitch meeting they discovered they had a plot hole and they didn't have an answer to it. And so they just sort of faked it and I would fully believe you. You could also tell me that you made up Phineas and Ferb inventions by sticking a bunch of ideas to a dartboard, hucking darts at them, and going from there. You could tell me that Phineas and Ferb scripts were written via improv in the office and I would believe you.
Someone got on TikTok and tried to argue with Dan Povenmire about the Frankenstein brain and went, actually on him about it.
What can you expect from Dan Povenmire, inventor of the Minions?
Wait, what?
That was another Dan Povenmire inside joke via TikTok.
This isn't another key thing, is it?
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Yeah,
Good.
you made sounds with your mouth, Sam.
The people who know, they know.
But
Oh,
no,
great.
someone went, actually Frankenstein is the monster or something, and that's not actually Victor's brain or something.
He is
like...
Victor's child, therefore he is entitled to the Frankenstein surname.
Yeah, he went to court and got the rights to use the name. But we're not here to talk about Frankenstein, we're here to talk about Star Wars.
Yeah, speaking of dads who didn't pay child support, Vader shows up.
I will contest that maybe that is a plot hole, because why does Darth Vader need socks? He wears prosthetics and a suit, and it's all, like, designed to torture him. Why did...
Because metal grating on, like, boot leather sounds like hell. And I think sometimes Anakin just wants to pretend to be normal, so he wants socks. And socks are also inherently funny.
And it's a test for the new hires.
Exactly.
You know, it's like when you tell a new person to, like, go sweep the grass, or...
Honestly, part of me thought it was just, like, they thought of it when they were writing Candace's kind of unnerving imperial propaganda.
Listen, Candace's unnerving imperial propaganda, A, is a bop, and B, I don't respect Candace's choice to join the Empire. I do respect her choice to stop her song to rant about nepotism for a solid minute.
Solid choice. A+.
What I question is, did Candace join the Empire when she was 6?
According to the brainwashing.
No, it's orientation, River.
Because, like, Phineas says that Candace left Tatooine when he was just a baby. Candace is 16, Phineas is, like, 11. And, like, they haven't seen each other.
Again, something, Brendel Hux's stealing of children and turning them into stormtroopers.
Okay, but that was the first... Oh my god, this is where it started. This is
It is canon!
We cracked it! I connected the dots!
You haven't connected shit!
But they connected them!
I do appreciate that Candace's stormtrooper number is TK90210. Good bit! Good joke.
I mean, I kind of wish they would have come up with a zip code that is in a tri-state area, but I get why it's 90210, because that one is pop cultural osmosis.
Yes.
Was there an A23, I think it is, reference in this one that I just didn't miss or didn't catch?
A113.
Yeah.
That.
No. because they're not that corner of Cal Arts. I don't think they're
Okay.
Cal Arts grads.
Okay.
Technically
Apologies.
speaking, I think Dan dropped out,
Ha.
so I don't think they've ever done an A113. I could be wrong.
What they did do is write some Orobesh bits that call people out as nerds.
Yes.
So when they go to Watto's cousin Blotto,
Incredible. No notes.
of all the things to bring in from the prequels, you go with that. Okay, but anyway, the three things that show up say the following. You got a joke no one else did. If you have paused this and translated this into English, congratulations. Now go impress your friends.
Yes. As
Slow
somebody
clap it out. You're so very special.
who keeps a Albrecht screen grab on my phone so that when I'm walking around, but two, I can spell shit out. And also, my father bought me a keychain with the wooden engraving of the Albrecht alphabet. I get the joke. Funny joke. My three favorite jokes from this special. Sith roast.
Sith roast! Decap!
Was he staring wistfully at the horizon, which is just my actual Tumblr tag for Luke Skywalker.
He really is a Disney prince.
He truly is. And the opening when the building is sliding and the guy's just going like, save! Save!
I loved Isabella and Han Solo.
Isabella and Han Solo!
That scene is so good. It's annoyingly good.
It's annoyingly good, but also the beef is just so funny. Like a child beefing with Han Solo is the most in-character thing for Han Solo.
And again, she says it's been happening for years. I'm like, what? When you were 8?
Whoever woke up and decided that A, Isabella was gonna be the Han Solo like, and that's also one of my other favorite jokes. This is a spaceship, not a friendship. B, the beef was not quite mutual, but not also one-sided. And C, that fucking end scene? Chef's kiss. Iconic. Everyone's got really good sound-alikes for the canons. Everyone's doing a great job, and it's a lot of fucking fun. But yeah, no, I am fucking obsessed about the Isabella being the Han Solo analog. I think about it once a fucking week. And I'm not even kidding.
I will push back a little. The Luke sound-alike is great. The Han sound-alike is great. I'm not as certain about the Leia sound-alike. And I want to stress, this voice actress seems like a really talented person. But I think... Okay, April Winchell. Yeah, April Winchell seems really, really cool. I've liked a lot of the other stuff that she's done over the years. Big fan of Peg Pete in Goof Troop. But Carrie Fisher had an extremely unique voice, and it is very hard to pin down. And I don't think I've ever heard a voice actor pin down Carrie Fisher's voice quite the right way.
Well, and when was... pour one out for Carrie Fisher, first of all. But two, when did this come out in relation to her passing?
Oh, she was still alive.
2014.
Yeah.
Oh, she was still alive when this came out? My apologies then. Never mind. Because I was going to say, if that had been it may have just been her being like, yeah, I'm not touching that.
But like, the thing about VAs, especially like when it comes to replicating iconic characters, I give them so much fucking grace, man. Because there are certain voices you're never going to duplicate. Shout out to, oh god, who is it, Corey Burton, who does Dooku on...
Yes.
In Clone Wars? Yeah. Where they asked Christopher Lee to come back and do Dooku for the movie, and he's like, you got a perfectly good sound-alike right there, man. Like, I'll do it, but why? You don't need me.
Yeah, Corey Burton's one of the goats, but like...
Yeah.
My brother's played a lot of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, and like, I heard Catherine Tabor doing Leia's voice, and it's the exact same fucking voice she does for Padme in the Clone Wars.
Yeah, Catherine Tabor does it. I don't know who does it in Rebels, but I remember the few times like the one time she shows up in Rebels is fine. But like, again, you're never gonna be perfect. And like you said, Carrie is such a distinctive voice that it's just, there are certain things where like, she's not in this long enough for me to complain. It's a gag.
Julie Dolan voiced her in Rebels, and she also voiced Leia in The Adventures Continue. Star Tours.
Star Tours, my beloved.
Last time I did it, Star Tours was in French, so...
Hilarious.
Yeah, it's very weird to hear Star Wars being done bilingually.
I keep getting crate on Star Tours, and it drives me fucking insane. Poe Dameron, my absolute beloved. I love you, but I need to stop getting crate. I have gotten crate the past, 4 or 5 times I've done it. I've lost my mind. Anyway.
Disney, random request, can we do a Star Tours, special reskin where the Phineas and Ferb crew just shows up?
Yes!
Iconic. And they won't do it because it's iconic.
Do it for April Fool's Day. No, probably because it's a lot of fucking effort.
Do it for summer. I mean, they're running randomized simulations anyway. It could be a good word of mouth thing, but we're getting off topic.
We are getting off topic.
So here's the thing. Isabella's beefing with Han Solo. She's also beefing with Porkins. What the fuck did Porkins do wrong?
No, she's not beefing with Porkin. The Fireside Girls are beefing with or the Firestar Girls, I should say, are beefing with Porkins.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. The Firestar Girls, they all kind of blur together for me a lot.
They are occasionally an amalgam, but no, Gretchen's the one with the beef, and I'm a little mad that I know which one it is. Listen, I fucking love Phineas and Ferb. It cannot be overstated how much I love this Tism the show.
This is Tism. This is AuDHD the show.
This is Tism the show. And then Milo Murphy's Law is ADHD the show. And their crossover episode is AuDHD the show.
Ah. I see.
So what's Hamster and Gretel?
I haven't seen it.
A show
You have homework now.
that exists?
Yeah, it's a show that Dan Povenmire does with his daughter Millie as a follow-up. It's about a teenage boy whose little sister and pet hamster got superpowers, and he has to cover for them, I think, is the plot.
Why not?
Yes, it is the baby of the bunch. Justice for Middle Child, Milo Murphy's Law. I miss it daily. I got to see Weird Al in concert, and he did the Milo Murphy's Law theme, and my parents just sort of looked at me because I knew every single word.
Oh my god!
I mean, technically we could argue that Milo Murphy exists in the Star Wars universe because Weird Al has done voices in, the Lego Star Wars specials, and those are canon. I maintain it.
Yeah! Milo Murphy, my beloved. I love the Death Star plans are now a DVD after having previously been a data tape.
I mean, we didn't even really see the data tape in the original 77 movie, I don't think. They just kind of stuck the vacuum tube on R2's dome and is like, that works.
That works.
Don't think about it.
Don't think about it. You did see it in Rogue One, though.
Yeah, but this precedes Rogue One.
Yes. Oh, I have a ranking of the songs.
Oh.
My ranking is Lowest of the Darths, In the Empire, Solo, Here on Tatooine, and then Rebel Let's Go.
Wait, sorry, is this best to worst or worst to best?
Yes, best to worst.
So, the song that you called Lowest of the Darths, the wiki calls Sithinator.
Sure.
I always love watching Doofenshmirtz just because he's so absurd, but whenever he sings, I'm like, Dan Povenmire, I love you, but I know you also made this character deliberately unnerving to listen to, and it's weird to have that happen in song as well.
The Sithinator but the thing is that Sithinator has such a bouncy identity that it's just a lot of fun to listen to sonically. Here on Tatooine just is kind of bland milquetoast, and for a Phineas and Ferb, they usually get the bouncier song, and I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Rebel Let's Go is a little too repetitive in the chorus, and I understand why, because they gotta just run the credits, but it kind of gets a little bit grating, and Solo is not long enough to really have any strong opinions about. And In the Empire, while fascist propaganda is deeply catchy.
I'm very curious what led to the decision to make Vanessa a Twi'lek. Because, it makes sense in that we have some established canon in the Star Wars universe that Twi'leks often end up in the entertainment industry, but it's also this is Vanessa. That's Olivia Olsen voicing her, and I love Olivia Olsen's voice anytime she sings. Fully here for it. But I'm also did Darthenschmertz marry a Twi'lek in this scenario?
It could just be a case of, the actress asked for it. The same way that Lily Gladstone wants to be an Ewok.
Let her. Disney, I'm sure you're not listening to me, but let Lily Gladstone be an Ewok. She wants it. Give it to her. You are partially responsible for her not having an Oscar, so give it to her.
Give it to her now.
Am I...
The joys of mega corporations
The
and
joy-
their 500 subsidiaries.
In the Empire.
In the Empire.
I do like that Doofenshmirtz clearly knows nothing about the Force.
Yeah, absolutely fucking hilarious. 12 out of 10.
He knows that midichlorians exist, but also he calls it Dark Force.
Yeah, you know what?
The
Why not?
sandwich has Dark Force.
It's a difference between light force and dark force, you know?
Also,
You know what?
R.I.P. Buford, you are definitely dead.
Rip.
Buford
Rip.
died 5 seconds after we finished singing Rebel Let's Go.
Stomach poisoning?
Either that or force poisoning.
That too.
How can you extract the force from garbage? Anyway, do midichlorians just transfer by a touch or just...
I mean, that's part of what they were kind of going into with the Mandalorian, with needing Force-sensitive donors to kind of go through that whole process of cloning Palpatine. And why do I know all this? Why has the Mandalorian turned into justification for the dumb choices made in Rise of Skywalker?
Because we can't have nice things, and that show stopped having its own identity the minute the baby was introduced.
Hey, don't be mean to Baby Yoda. Baby Yoda.
I will
Do
be
not
mean.
talk shit about my baby.
I will talk shit about that fucking baby until the day the Earth stops.
River,
anyway.
if we meet, it's on site.
Already on site, you have thousands of reasons to try and kick the snot out of me. Pick one.
Apparently, right now it's Baby Yoda. I've forgotten the other 999 reasons.
Back to here on Tatooine for a second. The second that Phineas sang about blue ice cream, I was like, they should have been in Kingdom Hearts.
Oh my god!
Please let Roxas meet Phineas and Ferb!
Yes! It's like, am I talking?
I would
No, it's
love
like,
that.
it's salty and sweet too!
I need Sora and his duck and dog parents to meet Phineas and Ferb!
I'm sorry, do you really want to imagine Phineas and Ferb rendered in 3D?
A couple of the DS
Yes.
games have already done it.
Oh god.
Kingdom Hearts son or Once Upon a Time daughter?
No, have we considered? It's very similar to the Jimmy Neutron and the
Jimmy
Fairly
Timmy
Odd
Power
Parents.
Hour!
Yes.
Oh
Or,
god.
no, wait! It's all pixelated Chain of Memory style.
Yeah!
Yes! I'm sorry.
This is my life. These are my friends.
Please send Baljeet to physics camp. All he wanted to do was go to physics camp!
I think Baljeet needs to just stop signing up for camp. He never seems to end up in the correct camp.
I just wanted to go to geology camp and now I have to learn how to be a rock star, and you don't even give grades!
Poor Baljeet, buddy, there's more to life than grades. I promise. Take it
No.
from a burnt out and gifted and talented millennial.
He will become a burnt out and gifted and talented. Unfortunately, he has to get there first.
He'll be like, what, Gen Alpha? Gen Z?
No, he's my age. All of the Phineas and Ferb kids are Gen Z.
Yeah.
I'm walking off a cliff.
I don't know what you're talking about. They seem to be perpetually trapped in eternal childhood.
Oh, they're cursed, like Once Upon a Time. Got it. The living specter awaits.
No. Season 5 is the next summer. When they revived it for season 5, it is the summer after the original 4 seasons. So there has technically been a school year.
I appreciate the implication that all 4 of those seasons took place over one summer.
As Doofenshmirtz himself joked, the summer just seems to be going on and on.
And I
It
guess
just
they
goes
just
on
did...
and on, my friends. This is the song that doesn't end.
Somebody started singing it, not knowing what it was.
And then they kept on singing it.
Singing it
forever
just because it's a song that doesn't end.
Yes, it goes on and on.
And on, my friend.
Bang! I just shot my blaster. Song's over.
Besides, that's not even the preferred song that keeps going on and on forever. Please. Justice for John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
And this is my partner, John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
Wait a minute.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Justice for Recess. Anyway. Yeah, man, like this.
Justice for Psych.
This special is like 50% jokes by volumes and 50% bits by volumes, which is why we're having a hard time having an intellectual conversation about it.
If you've seen Star Wars, you know basically everything that's gonna happen plot-wise. If you've seen Phineas and Ferb, you know what kind of shenaniganery is going to happen.
Speaking of the shenaniganery, I love that it answers Where's Perry the second the opening crawl's done.
Yes.
It's really interesting that this is a version where Phineas and Ferb know that Perry is who Perry is.
Because none of it's canon. And also,
What happened to their dad doesn't even matter.
Exactly. But Dan Poffenmeyer has stated that multiple times, is that it doesn't matter who Candace
Everything's made up and the rules don't matter. That's
Phineas
what this
and
episode is.
Candace and Phineas' dad is. Also, shout out to Phineas. This is actually a really, really good case study as to why Phineas is, like, one of my favorite, like, TV show protagonists ever. Boy is just so deeply earnest and, like, wants to do well by his friends. And, you know, you even made it smell like donuts in here. And it's like, I feel bad. Maybe we should give them donuts.
Yeah, no, this is a spaceship, not a friendship.
Yeah.
I love Ferb. Like, first of all, Ferb talked a lot, and that was weird.
That's because it's not canon.
And also because it's evil Ferb, so evil Ferb talks.
Evil Ferb talks.
Evil Ferb talks a lot.
But yeah, like, Phineas is just so fucking earnest, and he loves his brother. And he wants to do good by people. And, we're allowing modifications? Hang on a minute!
Had the trailer for Force Awakens come out yet, had we seen Kylo Ren's stupid lightsaber guard?
I don't think so. Hang on.
It all started here! It all started here!
This episode came out July 26, 2014. So it predates pretty much everything about The Force Awakens.
I think
So
that's
we can
just,
also potentially blame this for Kylo Ren's stupid cross guard.
I think Apollo just decided to hit the Phineas and Ferb team with the dodgeball of foresight.
Sometimes it happens, man.
Looking through more of the trivia, in Spain, apparently, they call Perry the Rebel-pus Perry el Ornitorbelde, or Perry the Platter Rebel, and I kind of like that better.
I appreciate that. One of the other great things about this episode is that you get, like, Buford and Baljeet and Candace as a trio, because they don't hang out ever, except in the new season where they decided to capitalize that on a little bit. But, like, they don't get to hang out, and so the three of them are just kind of funny. I appreciate the joke about Buford, where Candace is like, I need you to think really hard. Thinking is always hard. I know.
The mood.
A dangerous pastime.
I
Yeah.
know.
I know.
It's so silly goofy, and I love when shows just decide to break format and get weird with it. And, like, Phineas and Ferb, like, you like, a standard Phineas and Ferb episode, you think would, like, you know, get repetitive after a while. But no, they're always subtly breaking their format in little ways, and I think that's neat.
Oh, actually, I realized something. So, I maintain that evil Ferb does talk a lot, but it's also, I think, noteworthy that Ferb starts talking more once they leave Tatooine. It's like they're outside their normal setting, so Ferb's behavior alters.
Bum, bum, bum.
Like, I was only recently thinking this because I was thinking about, like, Ferb having the Tusken puppet, which is much more in keeping with standard show Ferb, who makes random noises sometimes, or has, like, an aside in a song, but doesn't really talk much until his one line at the end.
Or sometimes he gets 2 lines and he's considered chatty, because there is at least one episode where he gets 2 lines, and someone remarks that he's feeling chatty today.
What do you think that's like for Thomas Brodie Sangster? Like, he came into this one as like, wait, I have more than 2 lines.
Is he still Ferb's voice at this point?
No, he is no longer the voice of Ferb, I believe, but he's credited as Ferb for this episode, so that's what matters. And so this episode was definitely a departure for him. It's like, oh, I actually have to talk. There better be a part for me in real Star Wars after this.
I keep forgetting he's one of the officers in Rise of Skywalker.
Bad guys are always British, River. This is known.
Except for Domhnall Gleeson, who has to pretend to be British.
And
Wait,
also
he's not?
Daisy Ridley.
No,
he's Irish.
He's Irish.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, the Gleesons are all Irish, and there are 3 of them, much to Ellie's chagrin.
There are too many Gleesons, too many Skarsgårds. We still only have one Skarsgård in Star Wars, right?
Yeah, so far it's just Stellan. I don't think Bill or Alex have been in a Star Wars.
Bill, sit down. Bill, I'm sure you could play a great alien. Sit down.
I'm more worried about Alex getting cast in that Starfighter movie.
Oh, God. I will believe that Starfighter movie happens when I am seated in the theater.
They've already cast 3 people. That's more than we've gotten about any of the other projects they've announced.
I don't care if they've cast 3 people. Shit still falls through. Ask Todd Haynes about Joaquin Phoenix.
Listen, if that Starfighter movie has 0 Jedi in it, I will be happy. I don't care that there are Sith. Honestly, I think that's funny. But if there are no Jedi in that movie, I will be happy. I will die happy. It'll be fine.
There are gonna be Jedi, because apparently, in addition to all the ones Anakin missed, Obi-Wan Kenobi's just giving out Jedi lessons to anybody who shows up.
Listen, have they announced where it's sitting in the timeline? Do we care?
And none of this is canon, so don't worry about it anyway.
Yeah, man, I don't have a lot of fucking notes. Like, I have, technically speaking, a page and a half of notes, but they are mostly just like, that's a good bit, that's a good bit.
Phineas and Ferb, it's generally hard for them to miss.
They have missed a grand total of, like, 1.5, maybe.
Define the half.
I'm sure there are, like, some like, jokes that haven't aged as well as other jokes in places. Like, comedy is the first thing to inevitably age poorly.
Yeah, and, like, Baljeet is one of the big ones of that. Because, you know, the characterization does traffic in stereotypes, and they've tried their best to rectify that, but it did happen.
Yeah, and they have one dud episode in the new season. The forced perspective town is a dumb idea, and also they've kind of already done it. But they get a dud as a treat, because everything else about the new season that I've seen so far is fucking fantastic. No notes.
Have you seen the Fireside Girl episode?
Yes! I think about the Fireside Girl episode at least once a week.
Are we sure that wasn't a Sithinator?
Technically speaking, it's not a Sithinator. It's a 53-minute special, and it's like basically just one long episode of Phineas and Ferb. You got positive things to say about Phineas and Ferb, you got positive thoughts about the original Star Wars movie, you're gonna have a good time seeing this. We can talk about the performances. Everyone does a great job. Simon Pegg's the commander that gets choked out, right?
And he's also voicing C-3PO.
Incredible. 12 out of 10. You got a Brit around. You might as well.
I was gonna ask why Norm is also a 3PO unit. Well, I suppose that the C goes with the title, and Norm... I'm overthinking this. It's not canon. It doesn't matter. And also the plating is similar, but in silver.
Well, what would you have called him instead? C-3P Norm? Actually, that would kind of work.
Norm 3PO is solid. And also, he's just a protocol droid.
Honestly, I can absolutely picture a situation where Doofenshmirtz is just continuing to stalk Vader and, like, somehow finds out about C-3PO that way.
True.
Or he encountered C-3PO while he was buying his timeshare on Alderaan.
That moving walkway gag, funny shit.
Gotta love a moving walkway airport. Shit, you know.
Although, of course, as a theater kid, I see a moving walkway. First thing I see.
Come and wait for me!
For me!
I hear the walls repeating.
I swear when I saw Patrick Page, she was like, hey, Patrick, you're gonna break a hip. Patrick!
I have seen recaps of the Gilded Age calling Patrick Page a Sith Lord, and I'm like, you're not wrong, and I want it.
Yeah, man. It's a good time. I love that they decided one of the central jokes that they were gonna play up is the idea that, like, the Empire was basically a massive fucking bureaucracy. Like, yeah, Darth is around, and he's a weird ancient dark wizard, and the Emperor's around, and he's also, technically speaking, a weird ancient dark wizard that nobody fucking sees. But most of the fucking Empire is just guys doing office jobs.
And bowling alley attendants, and donut shop workers.
And baristas, and credit union workers.
And timeshare scams.
And guys scrolling, what is a thinly veiled porn joke in the opening 10 minutes.
And, actually, the main contractors on the Death Star would have been Geonosians, so this isn't canon.
It never was! It's a disclaimer in the first 10 minutes!
I am trying to get as much fucking mileage as I can out of it not being canon as a joke.
Okay, hang on. I'm trying to think of what is the funniest Death Star related short in the first From a Certain Point of View book. I think it is still of Mouse Droids and Men.
Another thing is that it is so fucking funny that Phineas just immediately looks at the schematic and... Oh no, wait, Ferb does it. Sorry. Ferb looks at it and is like, there. And Phineas sees it and is like, ah, yes, small proton torpedo, blah, 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 exposition.
Yeah. Also and there goes Luke! He should be able to hit it. It's no bigger than a Womp Rat.
We gotta get out of here.
Deeply good, deeply silly. I love giving the Jawas a Finidroid. I also love Perry having to bake a new Tusken Raider cake. That's a silly joke.
It's a silly joke, but it's a good joke, because it acknowledges that Perry knows the importance of reparations.
Exactly. Also, monogram, give Perry a nap!
This poor little platypus needs a nap.
They don't pay Carl. Do you think they have the time for Perry to take a nap? Their entire business model at Auka is just based on running animals and college students ragged.
Literally one of my current highest rated reviews on the Letterboxd for television serialized is a review where in the latest season they do an entire episode about all of the weird jobs Carl has to take because Auka doesn't pay him. And my literal review is just, pay him, Francis!
Either that or Monty, take over from your dad and pay him.
Monty spends the entire episode trying to get his dad to pay Carl.
I'm just
like,
saying, a
Monty's...
coup d'etat would solve this.
Truly. But Monty doesn't want to take over the family business.
I'm shocked that Monty did not make an appearance in this. His absence is not as noticeable as somebody else's. Specifically, I'm a little surprised that Jeremy didn't show up, but I don't know, maybe Mitchell Musso wasn't available.
Yeah. But also, like, there's no good place to put either of them.
I mean, you could have stuck Jeremy in Tatooine as, like, the clerk selling the socks.
Yeah, but that would have dragged the pacing around. Given what they were trying to do with, in terms of, like, even with their, like, extended, it's an extended episode, because the average episode runs about, like, 20 minutes. Even with the extended runtime, they sort of are at the bitch of pacing. And besides, it's much more important that we've got a weird-ass multi-lightsaber fight between evil Ferb and Phineas. We gotta do a brother I know you're in there fight.
It is pretty fucking great. And it's a good voice performance. Like, you generally don't get to see Vincent Martella go outside Phineas's usual cheerfulness. He gets some good acting moments this time.
Yeah, he gets some good, genuine, like, earnestness. I fucking love when Phineas does, like, the earnest little thing. It's the second funniest compared to the crash out from,
Get on the train!
Get on the tricycle!
Or, like, when he loses his mind at Candace during Marvel Mission. That's a good one.
That's also a good one. Also the, wait a minute, you could have been cleaning your own litter box!
Priorities.
Just a
It's
good
two
time.
great things that taste great together.
Unlike a bantha hoagie. And a trash compactor. Did Doofenshmirtz kill his Dianoga?
No.
Well, okay, maybe I've never fully understood the logistics of what happens when the compactor closes. Is the Dianoga okay?
Yes, the Dianoga, so there's the weird liquid compartment they were already hiding in. If I remember, because there is a short story From a Certain Point of View that is from the Dianoga's perspective.
Yeah, because it's force sensitive, right?
Yes, it's force sensitive and it decided to baptize Luke, and that's why it dragged Luke under.
God, such a fucking weird... This is such a weird franchise, and I love it, but also...
There's also a short story in the Return of the Jedi one that's from the Sarlacc's perspective that specifies that the Sarlacc is vegetarian. Not because its species is vegetarian, but because it specifically is vegetarian, and it would like Jabba to stop feeding him people.
Aw, that's weirdly wholesome, and I love that.
Is that why he needs to learn to brush his teeth?
Yeah, I suppose.
Because apparently that's something Phineas and Ferb are doing.
Listen, you gotta do something.
There's 104 days of summer vacation, and then another 104 days of life on Tatooine, and it's always summer on Tatooine.
Because we love Tatooine.
Wait till they find out there's no girls here.
Clearly they need to go to Batuu, where there are 3 suns.
Okay, I've never been to Galaxy's Edge, so...
Batuu technically has 3 suns. It's silly. It's justification for being in Florida and California.
Okay, I see now.
So is it like, wait, I'm trying to think of places. No, I'm thinking of Arizona that doesn't do daylight savings. I was gonna say, does Batu exist in 2 different time zones?
Yeah, do not get me started about how multi-sun planets keep time. I will be here all day.
River, just a quick question. How many Wikipedia tabs do you have open?
Currently, in my brain?
So technically, Arizona actually has 2 time zones because some of the reservations do observe daylight savings times.
Okay.
So some of the towns will be split in half with a part of it doesn't observe and some of it does. The more you know.
The more you know.
The
So
more you
it
know,
wasn't
indeed.
a completely dumb question. That isn't.
In answer to your question, Sam, my brain currently has loading up the How to Keep Time in the Star Wars universe and the Rise and Fall of Galactic Empire book, and some of the spare pages for the From a Certain Point of View short stories. Dang.
Okay.
The answer is too many.
No sane person has
And
this
has
many
this many Wikipedia tabs open.
See, I just bookmark them to give myself the illusion of sanity.
No, I wanna play a game at some point where you find someone's Wikipedia tab and you have to guess what the page you're talking about is based on the related tags on the Wikipedia page. Because there is Darth Scion, Lord of Pain,
Oh.
and he has the related Wikipedia tabs of...
No, we're not doing this. We're not doing this.
You're not gonna let me talk about Darth's individuals with he, him pronouns, individuals with lost limbs, and 6 more related Wikipedia pages?
There are Darths with she, her pronouns?
Yes!
Yeah, almost none of them have showed up in live action, so nobody gives a shit.
But one of them might appear in the animated show.
Good for her.
Yeah, there's a rumor that Darth Talon is gonna be in that mall show.
The Force is female needs to apply to both sides of the Force.
In this house, we support women's rights and wrongs.
You're gonna get an evil red Twi'lek. What more could you want?
Can I have multiple evil Twi'leks in different shades? It is kind of limiting to just always be making the evil people red.
I think your problem is you'd have to go back to Old Republic where the Sith are more multiplying. Palps had kind of a gender problem in amongst his other problems. But we're not here to talk about the expanded universe.
God, can you imagine if Phineas and Ferb tried to incorporate the freaking expanded universe?
We don't have time to get into that. We do not have time to get into that.
Okay, well, if we don't have time to talk about the expanded universe, do we maybe have time to talk about whether or not the Force is with it?
We can
Absolutely.
definitely talk about it, the Force is with
Oh,
it.
fuck yeah.
All right, who wants to answer the question first?
Yes.
Yes.
Wait.
Yee. Yes.
Why are we waiting?
The Force is
Well,
with it.
Okay, the Force is with it, but who answered first?
Who cares?
Because a Sith doesn't deal in absolute, or a Jedi doesn't deal in absolute stuff, so shit like that. I don't know, fucking know, I'm tired.
The line is only a Sith deals in absolutes, which is in and of itself an absolute, and also this is an absolute because we've all agreed the Force is with it.
The Force is indeed with it.
Yeah.
Let's
It
go.
good. It very good. Go watch.
It's 2 great things that taste great together. If you haven't watched Phineas and Ferb already, what the fuck are you doing? Go watch Phineas and Ferb. This is a threat.
Who has pluggables?
Hi, I'm River. You can find me on BlueSky at Dreams Repel. You can find me on my own blog at blog.filmlion.online. I am the host of The Straights Aren't All Right, a podcast where I gather a bunch of queers together, make them watch straight rom-coms, try to answer the question, are the straights like okay? Our last episode is currently up and running. You can go check that out and wait for our next episode.
Hi, I'm Callie, and I am a wall dweller on Any Tree Telling, a podcast hosted by friend of the podcast, this podcast, Jasmine, where we basically take she takes a bunch of public domain stories, looks at the retellings of them, and talks about the super duper importance of them in pop culture. And I am not a pitcher. I don't claim to be. I don't play baseball, but you should go listen, and you can find the link in my bio.
Well, I have socials to plug. I don't have projects to plug, but I am Cutie Puppy Fire on most of the socials. I like to think I'm funny sometimes. Come and validate me, please.
No.
I validate you. I validate you.
And in the spirit of Star Wars, to be there for the people who need us, this episode's Mutual Fund Spotlight goes to Ward 4 Mutual Aid, a completely volunteer-run network of Washington, D.C. residents providing resources to members of the Ward 4 neighborhood of D.C. No questions asked, no strings attached. As Washington continues to be used as a testing ground for fascist propaganda and power flexing, the people who live there need all the help they can get. The link can be found in the description, as well as on my various socials at Demisem. Our theme music is provided by Refractory Period, the two girls, one beat synth pop sensation. You can follow them on Instagram at Refractory Period, the band. To further support this podcast, please subscribe to us on your platform of choice, leave reviews, and share with your friends to boost our visibility, and consider joining our Patreon. And now, it's time to turn to the Chance Cube to see where our journey takes us next.
That's a 4!
That is a 4. What
That
is
is a-
4?
It's a 4. So next up is going to be the 1985 cult classic, Clue.
Yeah!
River, volume.
That wasn't
Sam,
me, that was Gillian!
Sam, I'm sorry for your eardrums.
That wasn't me this time!
Please join us next time. Until then, stay safe, stay strong, stay beautiful, and may the Force be with you.